Over the past few years, the mutual fund industry in India has almost exploded. Especially, the young generation now understand the importance of mutual fund for long-term financial planning. Now, this has created immense growth opportunity for companies that operate in mutual fund space. So, in this video, we will discuss one of the top company in mutual fund space. It is SDFC AMC. Over the past few weeks, many of you have requested me to create a video on SDFC AMC. So here I am with a video on SDFC Asset Management Company. Hello everyone, my name is Sahil and this is my Personal Finance Academy where I explain everything about money management in layman's language. As usual, we will start the fundamental analysis of SDFC AMC by analyzing the company and its management, competitive strength, future growth prospect, and the financial analysis to decide if SDFC AMC is fundamentally strong or not. Then we will analyze the valuation of the company to decide whether it is worth investing in the SDFC AMC at current levels. So let's get started. Established in 1999, SDFC AMC is the largest asset management company in India with an asset under management of 3.5 lakh crore rupees. It is a joint venture between SDFC Limited, which is a well-known financial conglomerate, and Standard Life Investment Limited. SDFC Limited holds the majority shareholding in SDFC AMC with 52.68% stake. SDFC AMC chairman is Mr. Deepak Parekh. If you have watched my previous video on SDFC Life, I mentioned that he is the chairman of multiple companies within SDFC Group, including SDFC Limited, SDFC Life, SDFC AMC, and SDFC Ergo General Insurance. Deepak Parekh is one of the most respected person in the Indian corporates and has been the man behind the success story of SDFC and SDFC Bank, which is India's largest private bank. As of March 2020, SDFC AMC have an investor count of 56 lakh against the total investor count of 2.08 crore for the industry. So 1 out of every 4 investor is investing via SDFC AMC. The latest market cap of SDFC AMC is Rs 70,000 crore, which makes it a large cap company. If we discuss the business model of SDFC AMC, it is an asset management company. So basically, investors pool money and invest in various mutual fund schemes of SDFC AMC. Now, each mutual fund scheme has a fund manager who will invest the money on behalf of investor. In this process, the mutual fund company or the asset management company would charge a fee, which is also known as expense ratio. And this expense ratio is the key source of revenue for the company. If you think about it, it is a great business model. There is no setup of factories or investment in land. You just need to hire good fund managers and set up the IT infrastructure and you are done. So basically, there is very low cost involved in this business. Moreover, you should know that the expense ratio is charged on the total investment amount. So even if the investor make a loss, they will get a fee. For example, today if you invest Rs 1 lakh with SDFC AMC and due to any reason the market falls and your investment value becomes 95,000, then also the company will get the expense ratio on the investment value of 95,000. I hope you understand this. If you look at the asset under management breakup, as of September 2020, then SDFC AMC has got an AUM of 3,544 billion rupee, or in other terms, you can say 48 billion US dollar. If you look at the exact breakup, then equity has got 40.5% allocation, debt has got 35.4% allocation, liquid fund has got 21.9% allocation, and others have got 2.2% allocation. If you look at the AUM growth year on year, then you can see that consistently the AUM has increased from 1,65,619 crore in March 16 to 3,19,090 by March 20. Please note that there is a consistent increase in the AUM till March 19, but due to COVID, the AUM has fallen slightly, but it has again recovered by September 20. If you look at the product suite of SDFC AMC, it includes 23 schemes in equity-oriented category, 90 schemes in debt-oriented, 2 in liquid and 7 in others. And if you look at the popular products, then it includes SDFC Liquid Fund, which has got an AUM of 68,000 crore, SDFC Money Market, which has got AUM of 11,000 crore, SDFC Top 100, which has got 18,000 crore, SDFC Equity Fund with AUM of 21,700 crore, and SDFC Balance Fund with AUM of 39,500 crore. If you look at the AUM breakup by distribution channel, then majority of investment is via direct channel, which include 47.4%. Then second is mutual fund distributors, which contribute 24.8%, then national distributors, then you've got HDFC Bank and other banks. If you look at the September 19 distribution, then direct had got 42.5% allocation. So clearly in 1 year, the direct channel has increased from 42.5% to 47.4%, which means the direct channel is getting popular. And if you look at the equity oriented AUM by September 20, then mutual fund distributors are still the largest distributor with 41.2% allocation, and direct is only 19.5%, and national distributor has got 24.4%. So clearly in equity oriented scheme, the majority of investment is still via mutual fund distributors and national distributor, and only 19.5% is via direct channel. Please note that when you invest via national distributor and mutual fund distributor or bank or even HDFC Bank, you need to pay additional expense ratio for their commission. And if you invest directly, you don't need to pay that additional commission. Overall, HDFC AMC is a solid company, and on company and its performance, I would rate it 10 on 10. The first competitive strength of HDFC AMC is its strong brand. When it comes to investment, trust is the biggest factor. Hence, people prefer to stick with well-known companies. HDFC AMC enjoys a strong brand name, which is a key strength of the company. Next strength is good distribution network. Distribution is the key to growth for any company. If you have got good products and good brands, but you don't have a reach or distribution, then you can't grow. HDFC AMC has a very good distribution network all over the country, which is one of the key strengths of the company. It has also got the entire network of HDFC Bank, which is also a major contributor in the business. Next strength is IT infrastructure. IT infrastructure would be a key driver for growth in AMC space. The major reason is the reach. With IT infrastructure, you can reach out to the remotest village of the country. And considering the increasing usage of the internet, most people prefer online transaction for their investment. Their technology platforms are built on the cloud, leveraging emerging technologies which are robust and scalable. Next strength is experienced team and sound track record. HDFC AMC is one of the early players in the mutual fund space in India, and it has got a rich experience of 20 years. If you look at the market share, HDFC AMC has a market share of 14.1%, which is followed with ICICI Prudential with a market cap of 13.1%, then SBI MF has 12.2%, and you have got Aditya Birla Sun Life and Nippon. Recently, there has been a lot of concern about the below average performance of the equity based mutual fund of HDFC AMC. Do you know the reason? The reason is their investment style. Their investment style is more of a value investing. So they invest in companies that are fundamentally strong but available at lower valuation. With this strategy, they invest in good amount of money in PSU companies. Now these companies are fundamentally strong but did not perform well over the past few years. This has impacted the return of HDFC AMC. However, recently the PSU shares have also started to increase. HDFC AMC CIO Mr. Prashant Jain is highly experienced person, and he's a big time value investor. I think in the long term, HDFC AMC would certainly do well in both debt and equity space. If we discuss about the risk, there is a growing awareness about passive investment, that is index funds and ETFs. Now these are very low cost investments with expense ratio as low as 0.1%. This expense ratio is the key source of profit for the company, and if this reduces due to increase in investment towards index fund and ETF, it will directly impact the profitability of the company. Overall, on the competitive strength, I would rate HDFC AMC 8 on 10. In the short term, COVID has impacted the entire Indian economy, where GDP has plunged to all-time low due to nationwide lockdown. This has also impacted the overall spending and investment as people are worried about overall economic situation. However, the long-term growth prospect of Indian economy remains intact. Let us discuss some of the key drivers for growth for HDFC AMC. The first driver is brighter GDP growth prospect. One of the positive impact of COVID-19 is that it has exposed the business risk by over-dependence on Chinese economy. Hence, many companies are likely to shift their manufacturing from China to India. So this would create a huge growth opportunity in India. Even the Indian government is working towards ease of doing business and incentivizing manufacturing in India. After the COVID crisis, Indian GDP is expected to bounce back strongly. And when the economy does well, it would attract more investment. In fact, now even the Indian government is investing a huge amount of pension and PPF money via index funds and ETFs. Next driver is foreign investors. Of late, Indian markets are attracting a lot of investment from foreign institutional investors, and this trend is expected to grow in the future. Foreign investors know that Indian economy has a bright growth prospect and everyone wants the share of the pie. Next driver for growth is under-penetrated market. As of March 2020, there are only 2 crore investors in India against the population of 140 crore. So you can imagine the scope for growth. Not only this, as the income level and awareness about investment would increase, people would invest even more. In fact, you can look around and see where the young folks invest their money. Earlier, the majority of investment was in FD, PPF or LIC. But now, the young investors like to invest in equity as well as debt mutual fund. I personally invest the majority of my money in equity and debt mutual fund. Next driver is rising awareness. Earlier, there was no knowledge about mutual funds. But there have been many awareness campaigns run by AMFI, especially the Mutual Fund Sahi Hai campaign. Moreover, every mutual fund house is spreading awareness about the mutual fund investment. Next driver is ease of investment. Ease of investment is also a key driver behind the growth of the mutual fund industry. A few years ago, the entire investment process would be extremely cumbersome. But now, it is a matter of few clicks. Today, there are so many fintech companies and discount brokers like Kuvera, Zerodha Coin, Paytm, Grow, etc. that has made investing a cakewalk. Next driver is multiple investment options. If you look around, there are so many investment products for every need of individual. Each category caters to a specific risk versus return profile. If you are a long-term investor, you have equity mutual fund. Within that, you have got large cap, mid cap, small cap, multi cap, flexi cap, focused fund, etc. Within each category, you have got multiple schemes from different fund houses. For the short term, you have debt mutual fund. Again, there are many categories like liquid fund, money market fund, short duration, medium duration, long duration, banking and PSU, etc. Then you have a mix of equity and debt fund, which is also known as hybrid fund category. Then you have sectorial and theme-based mutual fund. In short, this is a huge market. Guys, mutual fund industry in India is in a very nascent stage. If you compare the Indian investment market with US market, we are way too small. If you look around, SDFC AMC was the only listed company till last year before UTI AMC launched its IPO. There are so many AMCs like Axis AMC, ICICI, Kotak, etc. and they are still not public. Overall, on future growth, I would rate SDFC AMC 10 on 10. If you look at the revenue growth, the revenues have grown consistently from 1,490 crore in March 16 to 2,124 crore in March 20. However, due to COVID, in September 20, the revenues have fallen. If you look at the profit growth, again profit has grown tremendously from 478 crore in March 16 to 1262 crore in March 20. Over the past 4 years, revenues have grown at a CAGR of 9.2% and profits have grown at a CAGR of 32%. That's fantastic. Hence, on growth ratio, I would rate it 10 on 10. If you look at the operating profit margin of the company, it has increased consistently and currently it is at the level of 79%. SDFC AMC has an operating margin of 80%. Now, how many companies in the world would have that kind of operating margin? Personally, I haven't seen any. The major reason for such a high profitability is due to its low-cost business. As we discussed earlier, there's a very low investment or operating expense. They just need good fund manager who can invest the money of investors and they get a fee. That's a great business model. If you look at the return on equity and return on capital employed, both are well over 20% year on year consistently for the last 4 years. Both ROE and ROC are well above 30%, which is brilliant. Hence, on profitability, I would rate it 10 on 10. If you look at the current price of SDFC AMC, it is trading at a level of 3,315 rupees and in last 52 weeks, it has made a high of 3,448 rupee and a low of 1,962 rupee. So it is currently trading close to its 52-week high. If you look at the share price movement in last 1 year, the share price has fallen down during COVID, but since then it has recovered significantly. if you look at the price to earning ratio in the last 1 year, then it is currently trading at a PE of 56.8 and the median PE in last 1 year is 41.8. In the last 1 year, the share price of SDFC AMC fell down 43% during COVID from the high of 3,448 to the levels of 1962. Since then, it has recovered to the current level of 3,300. At current level, the P ratio is 56. Since its IPO in 2018, the median P of the stock has been 42, which is reasonable. But at current PE of 56, it is on the higher side. And that's obvious due to such unprecedented increase in the share market where Sensex is close to 50,000 and looking overvalued. Hence, on valuations, I would rate it 6 on 10. Having said this, SDFC AMC would continue to enjoy the premium valuations because of its SDFC brand name and strong future growth prospect. The better strategy again would be to invest periodically and buy on dips. So in this video, we discussed the fundamentals of SDFC AMC. Do you think it is worth investing in SDFC AMC? Do let me know your thoughts in the comment box. And guys, there are many more great companies that are there in the pipeline for review. So if you don't want to miss those analysis, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Also let me know which companies you want me to cover in the future. I will see you next week.